what was the original goals of Biggby? Was it, hey, let's get a few stores and just run them and operate them? Because today you guys are kind of turning into this behemoth after so many years. But did you have you guys ever envisioned this to say, man, I would have never thought that we would have made it this far? What were some of those goals at the beginning? Because I'm pretty sure they weren't, or were they grand as we all may have think we're going to one day have hundreds of stores and do hundreds of millions of dollars in annual revenue? Was that always the goal, or did it just kind of morph into that?
Well, you know, first of all, it doesn't feel like a behemoth to us, right? And so, it's 28 years of building this thing, and it's been very incremental, and so yeah, if we went from 10 to 380 stores, it would have felt like a behemoth. But it doesn't feel like that to us. It feels like it still feels like the same company it was 15 or 20 years ago, right? And sure, it's bigger, but it's all built on the same things, the same principles and so on. And so to answer the other question about, we always had really grand visions. We really did. And I think it's a big part of why we're able to grow it to this point where we are now, and had we had a vision of being, 15 stores in the greater Lansing area, which would be great in so many regards. Like you could support your family and build a nice life with 15 stores but for whatever reason, for Bob and I, it's the growth is what's exciting. And I had a student who came up to me last semester. I teach here at the University of Ann Arbor, and that won't go mentioned on this podcast. But but and she came up to me and she said, "Why are entrepreneurs so obsessed with growth? Like, why is it that every entrepreneur, growth is everything, it seems?" And it took me back. I didn't really have an answer, and I went and I came back to her at the next class period, and I said, I think I've got a pretty good answer for you. I said, growth isn't the goal. For most entrepreneurs, improvement and getting better is the goal, and that's what they obsess over. And growth is a subset of that, or growth is a
Byproduct of it, maybe.
thank you, a byproduct of that, right? And so, yeah, growth is kind of how you measure whether you're getting better, whether you're improving, and so that's why we obsess with growth. And I think that's a big part of what Bob and I have done over the years is we've been pretty darn obsessed with getting better at doing this business.